Melissa was here. If you go to the different villages, the different towns, the cities in Jamaica, Haiti, and other places, you can hear from just about everyone that Melissa was here. What a storm! There are those who believe it is the worst storm yet. Melissa was here. The trail is there. Houses without roofs, houses smashed to the ground, fields devastated, the trees of all sorts, breadfruit, banana, mango, pear, name it, and it's down. Melissa was here. There are different views as to how Melissa happened to be here. There are those who believe that it's a manifestation of the wrath of the Almighty. One person cried out, too much adultery, too much fornication, too much corruption here and there, too much killing, too much of this, too much of that. And the Almighty is displeased with human behavior. Then there is that cry from quite a number of people that Melissa didn't just come about just like that. It was no work of the Almighty. Man had something to do with it. How that could happen, I fail to understand. But the people who are suggesting that it's a man-made disaster, they have given different pointers as to why it was no ordinary natural storm, but it was engineered. I don't know. I can't say. Then there are those who believe that nature at a given time, because of certain happenings in the atmosphere, the ocean, the earth, under the earth, then this storm came about. Whatever the cause, Melissa was here, and she certainly passed through, leaving a lot of disaster, destruction. How she appeared in a sort of not quite storm-like behavior. But then she was passing through slow speed at times, not moving swiftly, but the destructive force was there. Now, as I look around, I am convinced that although there is so much destruction, so much devastation, so many lives been lost, it is still true that for some, Melissa had brought opportunities. It is a moment when we can begin to see ourselves. Whether you believe in God or you believe in a natural development, whether you believe that it's a manipulation by man's engineering power, we can learn a lot from Melissa. I've learned quite a number of lessons. Well, I've been working with some of these before, but there's reinforcement. Number one, be prepared. Be prepared. All that you do, all the preparation you make, when certain events are moving by, you can't stop them. You can't get out of their way. Like some of us, we would lock our doors, batten down the windows, do a lot of things. But Melissa was there. But let me tell you something. Through it all, the people who made some preparation of various sorts, some fortified their houses, some moved away from the lowlands up to higher plains where they could be sheltered. Some had enough food stored away. Some had enough insurance to cover their building and to cover other things. Yes, they suffered too. We all suffered. But those who didn't make any preparation, as we made inquiry of a person we know very well, we discover that that fellow didn't make any preparation. He was living in a little shop. He could have moved out, but he didn't. It is only, some people say he was lucky. Some people say it's the mercy of the Lord. Some say it's the kindness of humanity. Maybe all that's blended together. But in the midst of the storm, they had to go and dig him out from under the rubble. He's still alive. No preparation. Some were prepared mentally, and so they were able to maneuver, to think through, to operate. The wind's blowing, we do this, we do that. Preparation as we go through life. Whatever preparation we can make, as this may happen, so let me do that. That may happen, so let me do this. But it's good to look ahead. Make preparation. Make preparation. Then the next lesson that I learned quite well, or was reinforced within my mind, is that when you make preparation, in that preparation, always have reserves. There are those who through the ages have encouraged people in their motivational talk. They will tell you always stored away sort of emergency funds. Yes, and we all see something of the necessity of this as we pass through with Melissa. Those who stored away something, those who had some emergency fund to draw upon. Yes, the devastation is around them. The painful anguish of seeing a roof off, but they could call on something to meet the need of the hour. They might not have as much, but they can do something for themselves, and they don't have to just rely on government and church and charity, but they can at least start something. Yes, try and build emergency fund as you go along. Emergency fund in all the areas of your life. Then I was greatly moved as I look around and notice how dependent we are, dependent on one another. And a lot of people have shown that yes, we can depend on one another. Bad people are out there. People will take advantage of the situation. People who will use it to better themselves and to whatever the cost, you suffer, that's your business. But no, there were so many individuals around. Some they had little or nothing, but they were ready to share, ready to give, ready to lend a helping hand, ready to do whatever was necessary to be done. And then the international dependence. When I pass through little sections of Jamaica and listen to people saying, help is coming from America, help is coming from India, help is coming from China, help is coming from United Kingdom, help is coming from different places. Say, yes, humanity is not all doom and gloom. Humanity is not all wickedness. There is still much good in the human sphere. And so the help's coming in. And then there is this other thing. Whatever we do, try to be organized. We say make preparation already, but sometimes we prepare, but the preparation, they have a term in Jamaica, the preparation is so yaka yaka that it's not amounting to be too much. Try and organize whatever is there. Yes, when I look around, I realize that help is coming in, and my cry, my wish is that the organization will be there. Don't just sit around and blame and find fault. Help to organize whatever you can. Help to organize humanity, organize things. I have gone into areas where people are rushing to get about their business and to even bring help, but they are so disorganized that you begin to realize much of the help might not reach to the quarters where they are more needed. Organization. And this is where the government, the churches, the leadership of the destroyed area, this is where you come in. It's not that you're going to do all the work. It's not that you can carry out all the activities. But if you help to organize and quickly arrange for others to organize, little can serve very many. Many can be blessed out of the little that is pouring in. Yes, and I also get to understand human nature a little better. I notice that there are those who are ready to politicize the destruction and to benefit from it. You suffer, but let me use it to show up the others. Let me use it to show how wicked those are. Let me use it to show how I'm much better than the other person. Needless politicizing. You begin to see humanity at its worst. When I stop and listen, that some people are advising people to be very careful because the scammers, they're even setting up websites, setting up different platforms and seeking for donation to build their cause. You ask yourself the question, how low can we get? People are suffering, and all that those individuals can think of, how can I make a fortune from their suffering? Yes, opportunities will open up, and there's nothing wrong with seeing the need and eventually gaining some benefits from helping humanity. But when the idea is, I will make a fortune at any cost, I will get them to fund a cause that I'm not really going to be funding. It stops with me, regardless of what is happening elsewhere. Then that's pitiful. It's pitiful. Yes, and I realize that there are some people who you can say their godliness, their Christianity is really alive. They are motivated by the fact that we are all God's children and we must help one another. Like the Good Samaritan in Scripture, they get out there. So there were those, although the wind was blowing, the rain was coming, and the destruction was sort of sure, they climb out of their cozy corner and they get out there in the midst of the storm and they help others. They took them to a place of safety, managed to help them get food, help them to get clothing. Yes, there were those who claim that God is in control. Hard to understand sometimes, but because they are convinced of God being in control, they allow that to govern their lives and they place all the energy. He, the Almighty, will keep me as I work to help suffering humanity. Yes, Melissa was here, a destructive force, but let's be thankful. When I listen to the pronouncement from those who were ahead of Melissa and the destructive force that they predict. Yes, although Melissa was very destructive, but we were spared much of the awful destructive impact. What did Melissa do to you, do for you, do with you? Our situations vary, but let us bear in mind that there will be destructive forces along the path of life. Where we can make preparation, let's make preparation. Let's help to cushion the blow when it comes. And let's be one another's keepers. No man is an island. No man stands alone. Let us be there for one another. And whatever the opportunities, whatever the challenges, let us seek to be equipped to meet them and to meet them in an orderly fashion and to prosper. If you understand prosperity the way I do, then yes, we can help one another. That out of the destruction, out of the malady, out of the death blows, we can prosper. So, be wise and prosper today. This is not the end. And I must not end without sounding this note. The Master in Matthew chapter 24 suggests that difficult times will come towards the end of time. There will be wars, rumors of wars. There will be pestilence. There will be earthquake. There will be destruction. There will be happenings like Melissa passing through this area. But make sure you are not deceived. Many on the back of Melissa are going to try to deceive many of us. Be on the alert as a good steward and make sure you are not deceived. The deceivers will come. Smooth talking. They know where to get all the help, but you have to pay them to help them get the help for you. Various deception will come about. Make sure that you are not deceived. While there are helpful hands, helpful bodies, helpful persons, there will be many, many deceivers. They will seek to take the little you have. They will seek to take that which is destined to help you. Be not deceived. Stand firm. That means that whatever you're hearing, wait carefully. Wait carefully. There are those who will be calling you to find gods that are not helpful. Be not deceived. There are those who will want you to help them to get position, to get fortune. Make sure you are not deceived. Yes, Melissa was here. Do not allow the passing Melissa to cause you to be less of a human being than you ought to be. Be prepared. Be wise and prosper today.